Hi and welcome. I hope you are ready. My name is Emma Cooper. If we haven't really met each other, most people probably comment in goal like we've already met each other before. But if we haven't, I'll just tell you a little bit about me. I've been an entrepreneur since 2013. Prior to that, I was a police officer, which is why I believe that everybody has a business inside of them. My business went really fast. I was in sales online and I made my first million within the first couple of years, which was great. But that was at the point I got totally hooked on online businesses. I've created a planner, I've built a network marketing business, I have got a really successful Airbnb business, we've done a clothing brand. So yes, I love entrepreneurship, but most people get it wrong because they don't start with the basics. They don't start with the goal setting. They just think, oh, I'll just give it a go and I'll get cracking. And then they find out about this goal setting stuff. And then they're like completely and utterly confused because they should have really done that in the beginning. So I want to share with you my goal setting method, my goal setting strategy. And I can guarantee you, you will have never, ever, ever set goals like this before. And so this is going to change things for you because most people get to the point where they feel one of these things. So let me share these with you. And you might resonate with these and you can inbox me and let me know which one, it is for you. But I know you because I've been sat in some of these places myself. You feel like you must be doing something wrong. Everybody else is seeing growth, or you can see other people's businesses growing, or you watch people online and you're like, well, how have they got this side business? Or how are they building their business so fast and it's not working for me? I get you. Or I must be not motivated enough. I must be lazy. This is one of the things that a lot of people tell themselves. I must be lazy. Why can't I achieve the goals that I've wanted for years? I want this certain income. So I've wanted the same income for years. So why the hell can I not get there? Why is it only me that doesn't know what I'm doing? It's not only you. It's okay. Why have I had the same goals for years? I keep setting the same goals and I keep failing. And by a couple of days after I've set them, even, you never feel connected with them. You don't feel focused on them. You really want them, but there's just something missing. What's wrong with me? That's a classic one. Everyone is thinking that everybody else has it all figured out. And I'll tell you, 10 years on into entrepreneurship, I still don't have it all figured out. Yes, I've built many really successful businesses. I really love what I'm doing, but I am always learning. I'm always pivoting. There's always new things to try. So don't panic yourself. There's nothing wrong with you. And don't I love my kids enough? This is one I often get because I speak to a lot of mums who do side businesses or they've built their businesses into their full-time income. And they're like, oh, so and so is really like motivated by their kids, and they're like, yeah, I want to give my kids a good life, so what's wrong with me? Why am I not doing what it is that I need to do? Again, it's not your fault. You're going to learn today what you've been doing wrong and also how to put it right. Why can't I motivate myself? Why do I lack motivation? Why do I wake up and feel confused about what it is that I'm supposed to do or what it is that I even want to do? Is it just not meant for people like me? Listen, there have been times in my 10 years, and I know most people don't tell you this, especially coaches or people in position, are positioned as experts in whatever industry that they're in. They don't want to tell you that they question sometimes whether entrepreneurship is for them. But as you know, I tell you the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Maybe it's my police background, but the fact is, everybody feels like that. There are many times where I have thought, and I've had job offers from different, kind of corporate companies that the money was insane, the offers were crazy, and I thought, would it just be easy to just do Monday 9 till 5 and just be able to forget about it on the weekends? That has crept into my head too. So if it's crept into your head, or if you've thought, do you know what? I was all right when I was doing this job, and I was all right. Why can't I get this thing out of my head if I want more? Maybe I'm just greedy. Maybe I should just settle. All of these things that have absolutely come up for me too. So if they're coming up for you, it's no problem. But it's because you've never done goal setting the way I'm going to teach you. So get your pads and pens ready. This is not just a listen to this lovely webinar as I'm driving or whatever. This is something that if you put this into practice, you will 100% hit your goals if you set them right. And I'm going to share with you exactly how to do that. It's also the follow on from setting the goals. But again, I'm going to share with you exactly how to do that. Before we get started, I want you to do this one exercise for me. This is an exercise that I can honestly say absolutely changed the trajectory of my life. And this is because my sister died in January 2021. For anyone who has had a loss or has gone through a massive change in their life. I know sometimes like divorce, that's like grief, you know, you go through the same kind of processes and the same feelings and emotions, it's a loss. So if anyone's gone through any of these things, you will know that it ultimately changes your outlook. You definitely lose motivation in life, you definitely lose discipline, you can completely and utterly lose yourself for a while. And that was definitely something that happened to me. So firstly, you're totally human. This exercise was something that I did when I was working with a counsellor after losing my sister, because what I didn't want to do is get stuck. I wanted to keep moving forward, even if they were like the tiniest steps, which they were. I wanted to keep moving forward, and he asked me to do an exercise. The exercise is called Your Ideal Day. Most people don't do this. Most people will start a business and then build their lives around it. And what I want you to do is build the ideal day, which obviously turns into like living your ideal life. And then I want you to fill in around it. Okay, so what business kind of fits this structure? What do I love doing? And you can go into that then. But first of all, it's figuring out your ideal day. Why it changed the trajectory for me was because I honestly thought that I was going to be living in my house in the UK and that was going to be it. I was kind of stuck there. My parents had moved into the garden. They weren't in a shed or anything, but they'd moved onto the land. And I thought, wow, like I can't move now. But actually, when I did my ideal day, when I was walking down the stairs, and I'll share with you how I do it, I was walking down the stairs, I saw this sea view with this like hanging seat, and I was like, oh my God, like I want to live in the sunshine, but that can't happen. But forget about that, just put it out there. So I'll share with you as we go through like how I kind of put that in. And then I think it was 12 months later, or maybe 18 months later, I was not just living in the sunshine, I had that exact view. And I didn't realize until I walked down the stairs and saw the chair, like, and the view, and thought, oh my God, I've seen that before. And it was because it was my computer screensaver for like 12 to 18 months prior to it happening. So let me share with you your ideal day, how you've got to do it. It's not just writing down like, I want to do this and I want to do that and all the fluffy stuff you might have ever done before. This is about living through your writing. So I want you to write it down. So I want you to find a spot, find somewhere that you can go, you can completely chill out, that you're not going to be in, no one's going to bother you, you're not going to be interrupted, and you can really take time to go into this. So I start by writing, I open my eyes and I. So everyone starts their day by opening their eyes first. If you've gone 40 like me, it's like I struggle to open one eye, then I pull my lashes apart on the other eye, then I take 10 minutes before I can actually see. If you're not 40, you don't understand yet, but you will. So I open my eyes and I. Make sure everything that you're writing starts with feeling. So I feel, I open my eyes and I feel energized, motivated, excited for my day. I feel calm, I feel still, I feel focused on what it is that I'm about to do. I feel, you fill in the blanks here. But it's important you go feel instead of do. So instead of, I open my eyes and I get out of bed and I go and do my skincare routine and I go downstairs and I have my morning shake or my juice and I do this and I do that. And that's just a list of things you're doing. We want to get out to the doing and we want to get into the being. And the being is all around how you feel. So I open my eyes and I feel energized. I'm sharing mine with you. I put my headphones on and I listen to a 5 to 10 minute meditation. This makes me fill in. I get out of bed and I go into the bathroom and I do my skincare routine. I will visualize exactly what I want to see. So I love seeing my glowing skin. I love seeing whatever it is that looking back at you, I love seeing my slimmer face. If your focus is like losing weight or whatever, everything has to be there and documented. So I'll do my skincare routine. This makes me feel, like I really care about myself. I'm really looking after myself. While I'm doing my skincare routine, I'm saying my gratitudes in the mirror. I'm saying how happy I am that my family are healthy and strong, how happy I am that my children are thriving, how happy I am that I have a wonderful relationship, how happy I am, you fill in the blanks, right? You can really go deep with this. The next thing is I walk down the stairs, or if you want to live in a bungalow, make sure you don't put stairs in, but I walk into the living room and it might be that, I don't know, you've got this like dream living room in your mind. Explain it, like really go into detail with it. My husband sat there, he's having a morning coffee. I feel overwhelming love for him. I feel like so in love. Our relationship is blossoming, it's growing every day, it's getting stronger every day, we're never more connected. Go into detail with that, like the things that are important to you, really go into detail with. And then plan out your day. Now, you must remember in this that we've got to put work in, right? We all got to work. We've all got to run our businesses. So it might be, if you've got a full-time job, you can say, you know, at so-and-so time, I drive to my job. While I'm there, on my way, I'm doing my gratitudes. Maybe you put them in then. You say how you feel when you're at your job. Maybe you want a promotion. You can go into depth with that. So really making sure that it's very in-depth. And then let's say that you want to build, I don't know, a coaching business, right? Do you want to work one-to-one with people? Do you want to work in groups of people? Do you want to do a Zoom every whatever? Go into detail about what that looks like. So let's say you're coaching, you're doing one-to-one clients, and you say, like, you know, you've got your morning coffee or whatever. I get the children ready, the children are thriving, I sit down to do my first meeting. I have a fully booked coaching practice. I sit down to do my Zoom. My clients are, and then I would fill out, like, who's your ideal client? My clients are all people who have this, this, and this. This is how they feel at the end of the session. We spend an hour together, we deep dive into this, that, and the other. We work through. My client feels so excited and motivated and happy with my service. I'm building this really great reputation online for providing whatever. Like, that's what I mean by going deep into it. So if you, for example, want 5 one-to-one clients a day, for example, 5 days a week, they're paying you a certain amount of money, go into depth with that in this ideal day, right? So we've got to be realistic. It's not about, I want this dream life where I don't have to care and I don't have to work and I don't have to do this and I don't have to do that. Let's be realistic about it, but let's plan in exactly how you want to work and how you feel doing that work, okay? So this is your ideal day. I want you to do that straight away. As soon as you finish watching this, or maybe you pause, you do it, and then you go on to the next step. Is totally up to you. So in this webinar, on this recording, I'm going to take you through, this is like a bit of a roadmap of what I'm going to share with you. I'm going to share with you my personal goal setting method. I'm not going to share with you the lead generation strategy. I'm only sticking to goals on this one. This was another webinar. I'll share with you how you can work with me, and we won't be doing Q&As at the end because I'm recording this, because when I did it live, it didn't work. So I'm recording this one so I can send it to you. One of the things that's really important in life and in business is having clarity, and clarity for me brings motivation and direction. And it's exactly what you're going to take away from what you hear whenever you listen to this, daytime, nighttime, whenever. And that's what I want each and every single one of you to walk away with. You'll know what you want, you'll know why you want it, and you know where to start to make it happen. So let's get into goal setting, okay? Now, we can't do this live, but you can pause me at any point, obviously, and do it if that's what you want to do. But you've got to promise me that you are going to do this for you, because I promise you it's going to change your complete perspective on goal setting. This will be different to anything you have ever done before. And I mean really different, really, really, really different. It'll probably take about 30 minutes. Take yourself off again to a quiet place, so where you can be alone. Maybe you put some music on, go somewhere you can't be distracted. I want you to write down, this is the hardest bit, 30 life goals. These can be anything, and you're going to feel stupid. I mean, I'll put that out there. You're going to feel really bloody stupid, but you should write them down as they come in. There's something about, you know, they have that psychic writing where, like, you just start writing. This is what will happen to you. When you start writing, you'll probably write the first 3 to 5 down quite easily. And then after that, you're going to really struggle. This is an exercise, right? Exercise is difficult. So I really want you to write them down. It might be that you want to take the summer off with no worries. It might be you want to get into the best shape of your life. It might be you want to go sober for an X amount of time. It might be you want a #1 podcast. Might be you want a billionaire. Might be you want to launch this dream product or brand or business that you've always been dreaming of. It might be you want to get one of your products into a high street store. Might be you want a certain person to coach you, and you want to get in front of that coach, and you want to be able to afford their packages. Maybe you want to star on a TV show. Like, it's endless. You can write down absolutely anything. There's no right or wrong answers. There's no answers that are too big and no answers that are too small. So I want to make sure that you 100% do them. You have to do them ready for the next step. You ready? Next step, we're going to pick your top 10. So we're picking 10 to 12 maximum if you really have to, but 10 to 12 maximum to be achieved by the end of next year. right? I'm recording this in September 2023. So you want to do it for goals that you will achieve by the end of 2024. There's no need in waiting till the end of the year, reviewing and looking like, yeah, I didn't hit any of my goals. If you know that you've set goals previously, you're not on track for them, that's fine. We can set new goals now. You don't have to wait till January or December or whatever it is that you normally set goals. Let's do it now. So, for example, I can share this with you because I recorded this live less than a week ago, and I had a goal, but I couldn't share it because the person that I'm doing it for, it's a surprise, and I didn't want them to know it was me. And so it was basically an operation that I wanted to pay for, but I know that they wouldn't let me do it, so I had to go around them and find out. But I needed 15,000 in order to do it. And to some of you that might seem absolutely crazy, but I've built a business. Yes, I could just go into my savings fund and pick it out. However, I wanted to make it a goal because I knew that this is something that would really push me. And so it would really motivate me, it would really drive me. If you've got those goals, make sure they're in there. Make sure that they are in there. So I set myself these goals because I always want to be pushing myself. And I know some people, and you might be listening to this, and you're like, I've achieved more than I ever wanted in my life. And that's why I'm actually stuck, because I don't actually have any goals. Like, I have my dream life. Okay, well, then you've got to set yourself different kinds of goals. So that's why I just wanted to share with you, in case anyone is in the same predicament. Like, that's something that I do. I set these goals, I break them down into mini goals, I get them done. In less than a week, I achieved the goal. In less than a week. And I did that because I was so focused on this goal. I made the plan and I made it happen. Don't get me wrong, my plan was actually for 6 weeks, but I made it happen. So I want to share with you the power of doing goals in this way, okay? You can't just tell yourself, by the way, that you want to earn more, or you just plan on selling more. Like, if your goal has been like you want to earn 5K monthly, and that's a goal, then I'm here to tell you that it's actually not a goal if you've already had it for years and you haven't achieved it. Like, you haven't done it right, you haven't set it right, you haven't broken it down right, which is what we're going to go on to. But if it was just as easy to, oh, I just need to sell more, oh, I just need to, grow more, well, yeah, duh. But it's not enough to drive you or motivate you. We have to change as people. I know that if I want more, if I want to achieve a big goal, then I have to become more. And I know that can sound fluffy, but it's not fluffy. It means my habits get sharper, my disciplines get sharper, my focus gets sharper. And how do we do that? We do that by setting goals in this way. We need to change the habits and the disciplines. And I know that the reason that I don't have certain things, or I haven't achieved certain things, is because I'm not yet the person who achieves those things. But I identify that, and I actively go forward to that. I adopt the good habits. I change my routines. I get the disciplines. That's what it's all about. Next step. So you've got to pick your 10. Pick your 10 goals that you want. And then you've got to put a deadline on them. When do you want these goals to be achieved by? Most people just set the goal and be like, wouldn't it be nice if that happened? Now I want you to set a deadline. This is important. You need to put a deadline date. And I know you could say, you could earn millions and fast, but I want you to be really realistic on this, okay? And you know that's not normally me. I'm like, dream as big as what you want. Be realistic, but optimistic, okay? And I say this because so many people come to me and they're right at the beginning of a journey now, I want to be earning 10 grand a month in 3 months. I'm like, okay, so how are you going to do that? Oh, yeah, well, that's the bit I don't know. Okay, well, it's kind of important. So it's really thinking about like what you want. You can have the massive goals on the 30 goals. Have them. Want to be a billionaire? Fine. Not starting my business yet? Fine. You can absolutely have that. But what's important about this is that we can break these down into the next step, so that you know exactly what it is that you have to do. If you don't know what you have to do yet to become a billionaire, but I wouldn't put that in my next 12 months goals if I didn't actually know what it was that I had to do to get there. Albeit, when you do put things out there, you find that opportunities, people, different things like come into your space because you're holding that intention. If this is the first time, even up to this point, and there's more to come, that you've ever done goals like this, I want you to screenshot and like tag me on social media, and then let me know that this is the first time you've ever done goals like this. Okay, let me know. Tag me at Emma Cooper Online. Okay, so that's number 3, set a deadline. I want you to set a deadline for that goal. Be realistic, but optimistic. Okay, next. Write down a reward for each goal. Now, most of you will never have done this. Most of you just think, well, this is the end goal. And my God, when I get there, it doesn't even matter because, you know, I'll celebrate when I get to that goal. Let me tell you, as someone who has achieved many, many goals, that when you get to the goal, when you achieve the goal, it's like momentary, the celebration. And if you're like a normal entrepreneur, you're thinking, okay, what's next? Okay, what's next? Never, ever, and you don't have to pause. You can celebrate as you keep going, but I never, ever rewarded myself. I never enjoyed the journey. I always looked forward to the end destination, which was achieving the goal. It was a massive, massive, massive mistake of mine. So I want you to attach to each of those 10 or 12 goals the celebration reward. It could be that it's a weekend trip. It could be it's a meal out for you and your partner. Don't take the kids, it's always bad. It's hard work if they're my kids. You might want to go out for a meal with girls. You might want some hair curlers. I've got that on one of my little goals. I wanted those Beauty Works ones with the extra long thing. I mean, you know, it's crazy because I could just go and buy it on Amazon. They're 85 quid. But there's no fun in that. There's no motivation in that. There's no drive for me to do it. And I'll tell you now, here's the deal. You absolutely cannot just buy yourself these rewards if you don't hit the goals. I mean, that is my absolute non-negotiable. Like, I do not do that. So it could be a weekend trip, a meal out, it could be some hair curlers, it could be getting your teeth done, that's on my list. It could be sunglasses, could be new luggage, it could be £1,000 shopping trip. I have those on a couple of my goals. It has to be for you though. It can't be, I'm going to get the kids piano lessons or I'm going to get the kids karate lessons, because there's the catch. It has to be for you. Most of us will set goals and we will reward other people for our achievements. And that's not the way it can go. This goal setting has to change. Like, your goal setting has to change if you're in one of the places that I've mentioned before. And this is the one of the ways in how it's going to change. It's big, it's huge. The lesson I learned has been like a game changer for me. And who knew I would be motivated by an 85-foot curler? But I tell you, knowing that I've told myself and I'm sticking to it, that I cannot have it until I achieve X or Y or Z, then that is the difference. So to give you a quick example, so if I wanted to make 15K, let's say in the next, and I give myself 6 months. So whatever your amount is, you can do it this way as well. Let's say I did a goal of 2,500 per month, or I can scale it even further. I can put 500 in month 1, then 800 in month 2, then 1,200 in month 3, then 3,000 in month 4, then 4,000 in month 5, and 6,000 in month 6. That's 15K. Whatever the amount that you have, like, break it down. You have to break it down. And I would suggest you scale up. So not just like, oh, it's 2,500, that's 500 a month. Okay, but you want to be growing, right? So I would scale it up every month towards your goal. You've got to retrain your brain here with this reward stuff, because most entrepreneurs are going to struggle to reward themselves. And honestly, it's a mistake. Next step number 5, resources. Again, most of you probably won't have done goal setting like this. And so this is a new way of thinking too. What resources do you need to hit each of those goals? What are they? For me, it might have meant that, which I did, contacted the person who would get access to find out how much the private surgery was and how I could book it and pay for it without them knowing. Okay. That was the resources I needed. I needed to get to that person in order for them to find out the information for me so that I could do it. What resources do you need? Think about it. If you're already in my world, if you're already inside of my membership in Entrepreneursity, you've got access to like over 1,000 students that you've got access to that are in all different fields, all different industries, have got loads and loads of networks. Maybe you want to ask someone there, hey, I want to find out how I can, I don't know, write a book, whatever. You can learn all this inside of Entrepreneursity, but whatever it is, make sure you think about, okay, what kind of people do I need to be in touch with? Who do I need to be connected with to pull on their resources? Okay, what have I already got in my toolkit that I can pull on? So thinking about each of your goals and what resources that you need. For example, there's a girl inside of Entrepreneursity, Gemma. She's got an amazing, beautiful baby journal. Gemma came to me in my first membership that I did, And Gemma was looking to build her business. She wanted to get into shops. What I identified was her profit margins from what she was paying wholesale to get a baby journal made and what she was paying, what she was selling them for. There wasn't enough gap in between. I'm like, you're not going to be able to do this. You're not going to be making any profit if they go into shops. Where are you getting made? How much are they making them for? Okay, now I know this information. Like, okay, I have the perfect person who printed my planners. Go and speak to him. Immediately, Gemma increased her profit per baby journal by 50%. That was because she was part of the membership. She had the resources to say, I don't think I can like sell into shops because I don't have the profit margins. It's okay, Jem. I can connect you up. I was the resource, right? So it's finding out where you need to be, who you need to be connected with, what it is that you need to do to get the resources. Do you need to learn something? Do you need to learn a new skill? So Gemma was actively looking for the resources in order to achieve her goal, right? And I should say, Gemma got her baby journals. They were on Lindsay Solomon's, or Stacey Solomon's Instagram. She shared, I think it was in John Lewis with the journals. So she's achieved loads and loads and loads in her business. But again, it's being around the right people, having the right resources. So what resources do you need? Next step, triggers. I want you to put these triggers everywhere. Let me ask you, what's the picture on the front of your phone right now? Bet it's like one of the kids, or like a nice view, or just generic iPhone or Android, whatever it is that you've got. Change that picture to the first goal on your list, or the one that you want to have the to-do list, or a picture of all of these goals laid out, a list of them. Change it. Change your desktop. Do a goal board. Put the visuals out. These are all triggers reminding you every day of like, what's the goal? What's the goal? What's the goal? It's keeping you focused. It's not going to distract you from when it's family time, when it's this time. No. But when you are constantly reminding yourself of your goal, it's very hard to become distracted. It's very hard to lose focus. Kids are cute and all that, but I would change the phone. Now, I had a visualization process where I would listen to a certain piece of music. If you like music as well, there were 2 songs that I would like set my goals to, so that when I was in the car, I could just play the song and I would go straight there to having achieved that goal. And that was Practical Magic, the theme tune. Just go on YouTube and listen to it. And it was Forrest Gump theme tune. They were like, I could imagine the journey of achieving the goal and what it felt like after I achieved it. Who was there, what I looked like, what it felt like, what I could smell, what I could see, what I could taste, what other people were looking at me and their facial expressions. But I saw everything, okay? Everything. So these triggers, I set alarms on my phone 4 times a day. 4 times a day to remind me to look at my goals. I pick up my phone when the alarm goes off, I swipe through to my notes, I read my goals, I carry on. It keeps me focused. It reminds me exactly what it is that I want, and it keeps me focused on doing what it is that I need to do in order to get there. So we need these triggers. Somebody asked me when I did the live poll, can it be a monetary goal? Yes, it can be a number, but honestly, what I found is that if money was driving you, when you set a goal, I don't know, maybe you set a goal like, I want to earn £5,000 a month. That's my dream amount. Well, you haven't done so already. So does having that number actually, like, is that a good way to set goals? Just having a number? No. What does that number look like? Is that a number of clients in your business? Is it a number of people's lives you're impacting? Is it a number of courses you sell? Is it a number of products you sell? Like, just having the number, I find it doesn't trigger like that, oh my God, I'm doing this. It doesn't keep that motivation. But setting four alarms a day like me, look, read your goals, keep reminding yourself of them. You probably already know the importance of playing it out, seeing the thing before you get it. Call it visualization, call it whatever you want. You can't tell me that that's not true, because if you've ever got a job before, or if you've ever achieved anything, having a healthy baby, or recovering from an operation, or whatever it was that you achieved, you already saw it. You saw it. I've walked on stage for things that I've achieved, and I already saw this in my mind. I saw what I was wearing. I saw what the audience were looking like. I heard the cheers. I heard the clapping. I already knew what that looked like. I'd already been there so many times in my head. make sure that you're getting like this clear visual of what it looks like. So when you're writing your ideal day, maybe play one of those music tunes as you're reading it through and live the day in your mind. Like you can have a mind movie going on while you're reading it and you can see yourself living that day. I've been on a health journey for anyone who follows me, and I've been losing weight. But I've been having new habits and new disciplines. And in my ideal day, I see myself doing those habits and those disciplines. I already saw my face looking this bit thin again. So I'm not surprised it's happened. But I kept triggering myself constantly over and over with my alarm going off, looking at my goal, healthy, all my disciplines there. This is the kind of lifestyle that I'm leading, and so on and so forth. So make sure you do that. The more you see it, the more you'll bring it about. Now, I will tell you about a bit of a visualization. This is my house in the UK. But I'll tell you a little bit about visualization, but I also want to encourage you to get one word. Get one word that you're going to use. This might change, but get one word that you're going to use for the year or for the next 15 months or however long. My word is energetic. Like I had felt so like in a slump for so long that life was like walking through mud. Everything felt quite difficult. I felt quite low. So energetic was my word, is my word. It's like I want to do everything with energy. And when you do everything with a certain energy, you attract the same energy back, right? So for me, it's energetic. For you, it might be calm. It might be joy. It might be success. It might be health. It might be vitality, whatever. Pick your word. I love it. Put the word everywhere. I love this. This is my house in the UK. This house was not for sale when I bought it. I had a goal and a vision, and I set that goal and vision to the music, Practical Magic and Forrest Gump. And might be a little bit weird for some people. You might listen and be like, really? Works for me. I'll share it with you. Pick your own. However, I had already been to this house. Now, I did not know what the house looked like. I can honestly say in my vision, I didn't know. There was more feelings. However, I knew that I was jumping down from like a big car, so like a Jeep. Underneath my feet, I could hear gravel. So I knew it was going to be a gravel driveway. It wasn't going to be a tarmac one. I could hear the crunch of the gravel. Well, I don't know why I'm closing my eyes, but this is where it takes me. So then I remember pushing open the front door, and I could feel underneath my fingers that it was like painted wood. And then as I went in, I could smell a real fire. It wasn't even one of my goals. It's not like I'm like, oh, I really want a real fire, but I could smell it. So I knew that it was going to be there. When I was out in the garden, I knew there was going to be a massive garden because I could see Sean running down it with two boys. Not surprising, I had a second boy then. Could see him running down it with two boys, and it was huge. I could hear the sound of running water, like no one had left the tap on. It was a stream, and there's a stream that runs all alongside the house. My sister had told me about a house that was potentially, I think she said, coming on the market, or she said, this is my dream home. I drove past it. I was looking at a house further up the lane, drove past it, said to Sean, stop here. I'm going to put a letter through the letterbox. He laughed at me and said, oh yeah, because you decide that you want it, and you know, you think that you can just manifest anything. You think they're going to suddenly decide they want to like leave their lifelong home. I'm like, listen, you don't ask, you don't get. I'm putting the letter in. Put the letter in the letterbox, just saying, I love your house. I don't know whether you're thinking of selling, but I would love to hear either way. Please let me know. Email address. By the time we drove 6 minutes up the road to our house, I had an email back from them saying, this is so strange. We're going to get it valued at the end of the month. We're looking to sell it because we built a new home in Cardiff. Perfect. I was literally like, what do you want for it? She told me. I'm like, I'll pay it. She's like, oh, okay, well, you haven't seen it yet. I'm like, okay, are you free tomorrow? Went tomorrow. One of the things I wanted to do was put down a 50% deposit. The price was perfect. I had the money waiting. I did it. Like, it was as simple as, it was really that easy. 6 weeks later, or whatever it took for the solicitors and everything, we were in. And that was it. The rest, as they say, it's history. So I know that if there's something you've achieved already, you will have already seen it in one of three ways. The first way is you will have seen it through your eyes, through you going through this goal, right? Having achieved this goal. The second way is you share it with someone else, the moment, and you were seeing it through their eyes. So you're kind of like watching yourself. And then the third way is watching it play out from the sidelines. So you're watching yourself with all the other people. It could be that you walk into a certain restaurant or a party or your wedding day or whatever this goal is. You can see yourself can't help but shut my eyes when I'm talking about this. It's so weird. But you need to start seeing it in all of those three ways. The first way, seeing it through your eyes. The second way, sharing it with somebody else, you see it through their eyes. And then the third way, watching it from the sidelines. Watch this movie in your mind as many times as you physically can. Promise. Ask yourself, when you're thinking about your word, what do you want to create more of in your life? What could you use more of in your life? What could you use less of in your life? What are you committed to for the next 12 to 18 months? I suggest you write a low down of words, by the way, and then you come back to it and you see what feels right. Okay, so let me share with you, I did say I was going to share with you how to work with me, because I normally get the messages back after these videos or any trainings that I do. So I'm going to share with you exactly how it is that you can work with me. In 2020, I don't actually know the year, just over a year ago, we created the online community Entrepreneurcity, a bit like university, but for entrepreneurs. It's not a university, obviously, but it is a training and education platform where we teach you how you can build multiple streams of income, how you can build different streams of income. All right, so if you, for example, want to build a network marketing business, it's in there. If you want to build an Amazon business, it's in there. If you want to build an Etsy business, it's in there. If you want to build a coaching business, become a coach, get better at coaching. If you want to become a virtual assistant, a social media manager, it's in there. If you want to get better on social media and marketing your social media, it's all in there. Everything is in there. If you want to do Facebook ads, it's in there. If you want to become really good at LinkedIn, it's in there. Do you want to work on your mindset and you want to have a rapid transformation, Mandor Expert, it's in there. If you want to work and figure out your human design, like how you're built and what makes you tick and how you kind of live your life, then Efka's in there with human design and Kat that she does. So everything is in there waiting for you to just access it. It's not a time thing. It's not like you have to be in for a certain amount of time. It's a monthly situation. You can do annual or get a discount, that's fine. But everything is inside of Entrepreneurcity. So when you're inside of Entrepreneurcity, there's loads more curriculums in this. How to build a membership business, that's in there. How to build a product business, that's in there. How to build an Airbnb business, that's in there. So as you can imagine, it's a one-stop shop for entrepreneurs. It's perfect for people who are just starting out. Maybe you don't even have a business yet, because we have the right fit formula inside, so you can try and figure out what it is for you. There are these courses, we call them curriculums, just waiting for you to access them. You do them step by step, so you can do them in your own time. You can go through them super fast, you can go through them super slow. In between that, we have a monthly mindset call. We also have a group mentoring session with me once a month. I'm not the person who teaches you all of these businesses, because you can't be an expert in absolutely everything, although I've built many of these kind of businesses myself. I also work alongside experts. So for example, we have Anna, who teaches you how to build an Amazon business, how to build an Etsy business. She also teaches you how to write your own book and become an author. And Anna will do expert kind of pop-ups within there. We've also got Gillian. She does building a photography business. That's not on there, but that's inside too. And they do these masterclasses where they teach you certain things, and they do Q&A sessions. So you've got access to these experts as well. They are incredible, absolutely incredible. That's what's different about Entrepreneurcity. For the standard membership of Entrepreneurcity, which is exactly what I've just said to you, there's no contract, you can cancel it at any time. But for this, it's £47 a month or £470 for the year. So you save 2 months payments by doing that. You get full access to absolutely everything inside of Entrepreneurcity. There's over 100,000, probably more now, in training and courses. We do the monthly mindset calls. We do monthly group mentoring with me, plus Q&As with experts, and also masterclasses. Plus, you've got the whole community in there to network with and to encourage and inspire, and the community is just absolutely amazing. We also have quarterly gala awards, which I like to have a lot of fun with everybody. And when you join, you'll see my form that I ask you to fill in, which is answering loads of weird questions about yourself. But I want to get to know you super, super well, so I can make sure that I'm helping you move the needle in your business. We also have higher tiers, which means kind of more access to me, more direct guidance in your business. So we have our silver tier. Silver is for those who really want to fast track their business more. They want more access to me. They want more accountability. We do a weekly mindset Zoom. Everything starts up here, my friends. You cannot remain focused, you cannot remain motivated unless you're always working on this. I also do a live monthly group mentoring for silvers on their own. I also do a monthly topic coaching. So I do a live coaching, something that can move the needle in your business right then. And so we get to do Q&As together. We get to really go in depth on a certain topic. It could be how to use this strategy to sell more on social media. It could be how to write a sales funnel. It could be how to set up your automated emails, whatever it is. And also what's important is that I invest highly. Lots of you know how much I spend on my coach, and I bring you back those trainings. And so I'm teaching you everything that I'm learning on the level that you want to learn it, and making that accessible to you guys too. And also you will be able to get a 30-minute one-to-one when you are a silver member. And that, if you're an annual member, you can book that in immediately. We can do it straight away. Or if you're a monthly member, you do 3 consecutive months, and then you can redeem that 30-minute one-to-one. If you want to go all in, you're like, no, I'm ready, this is it, you can go gold. So you can go for gold. This is the closest and most direct way of working with me, and for me to be able to get my teeth into your business and tell you exactly what it is that you need to do to get to where you want to go. So gold is kind of a bit of one-to-one, and it's also everything you've seen in silver, everything you've seen in standard. You have got access to absolutely everything and some. So I do bi-weekly live coaching calls. You get trained twice a month. I'm also going to introduce you to my friends who are super successful, 6, 7, 8-figure businesses that can teach you something that I know that works and that can inspire you, and also get Q&As with them as well. And I'm going to be coaching you too, of course. We're also going to be doing a monthly business hot seat. This is one of the best ways I've ever learned in business when I've been part of different coaching programs, which is why I wanted to offer it to our gold students. So this is when we choose one student who's a gold member, and we deep dive into their business. And it's for everyone to watch and see, because you'll learn so much about what you can implement into your business. So we're going to do one of those a month. We're also going to be doing a monthly private gold only mentoring session. And we're also, this is the biggie, you're going to have direct messaging access to me. You will be in a Voxer group. If you haven't got that app, don't worry, it's really simple to use, a bit like WhatsApp. But you will be in a Voxer group with the other gold students. And on Mondays and Wednesdays, between 11 to 5 or 11 to 3 or whatever, I'm going to be answering your messages. I might dip in there outside of those times, don't kill me, but you can ask anything. So it's kind of like you've got me in your pocket, you've got a coach in your pocket. Okay, so you're going to have that Voxer access as well. I also do paid challenges throughout the year. You won't have to pay for those. You'll automatically have access to them. And obviously, you get a direct and personal introduction to my contacts, my network, my team. I have got a huge, huge network. And so I'm going to be introducing you to those people that will help you move the needle quicker in your business. Throughout that time of working together in gold, you can get 3 45-minute one-to-ones. Coaching sessions with me. So for gold members, it's not for gold members only, monthly students get that as well, but gold members can book that straight away. You can book them whenever you want. If you want 3 on the bounce, if you want to spread them out through the year, which you will do, you'll get so much in one session that you'll have to implement things. And that's the great thing. You can use Voxer then to kind of track that, be accountable, ask for any further advice that you need. But for monthly members, it's 3 consecutive months, and then you can book in a session. So you can do 3 months session, 3 months session, 3 months session, if that makes sense as well. If you have got any questions about any of these, you can either DM me personally, or you can email support@entrepreneurcity.com, find me on socials at Emma Online and give you a shout on there. You are also going to have access to an app. This is something that right now when I'm recording this, we're working on it. By the time you get to listen to this, you never know, it might already be done. But we're going to have an app so that everything is in one place and you can access everything on your phone. So I'm really, really excited about that. And because you're watching this video, you're going to get a special offer. A special offer is 50% off your first month. So if you do it annual, you get a big discount anyway. But if you're going to do monthly, you can use the code JOIN50 at checkout, and you'll get 50% off your first month. Now you might be thinking, well, what kind of businesses can she help me with? I've helped lots and lots of different people. I mean, these slides could go on for ages, but Eva actually has a coaching business, which is based around pleasure. She helps women find more pleasure and joy in their lives. And after a session where she was really like fed up with the business, she got to the point where she's like, oh God, you know, struggling with selling, struggling with like, she didn't want to launch in a certain way because it just didn't bring her joy. And so we just smashed that out for just 1 hour. After that, she literally was messaging me every day, like, this is crazy, this is crazy, this is crazy, made a sale, made a sale, made a sale. Sometimes that's just what you need. Cindy was kind of in the same place, really. She was fed up. She's got a really successful online fitness business and health business, I should say. And Cindy has like had really successful launches. Then she had this bad launch. She was like frustrated. It's like, is this the end of my business being successful? After speaking, I think we spoke for an hour and a half. I love this business, by the way. I love online fitness and health businesses. It really is my jam. She did 7.5K in a launch after feeling like she wanted to give up. So then she was like super motivated and kept on launching. And then Louise is actually a one-to-one client of mine, which I haven't showed you the packages for because I only ever have 3 at any one time. And that is because apart from moving in with you, like that is as close as we can physically get. And I am super passionate about working very, very closely with people. I literally, it's business bestie on steroids, okay? So Louise is one of my one-to-one clients. She actually has an accountancy business. I did not know anything about building an accountancy business. I only spoke to her so I could recommend somebody else, in all honesty, because she's lovely. She was a student already. And I'm like, no, let me share with you who's better than me. And actually, when we spoke, what she wanted to do was structuring team and putting processes in place. And that's my jam. I've done it in my businesses for years. And so this is a message that was sent from Louise. She says, just to send you a message, thank you so much for helping me to become the person I needed to become in order to even start to make the scaling of the business a possibility. Louise already earns a multiple 6-figure salary in a business, salary income. So much has changed in the last month. It's unbelievable. I can't believe how. I feel like I've started a new job in the last week, which I'm now getting to grips with. It's just amazing. I wasn't expecting such monumental changes, but they were so needed. This is after about 7 days. So just to give you an idea, it totally depends on like what, you know, what business yours is, where you want to go with it, and how ready you are really. Let me share with you the prices of each of these packages. So for £47 a month is the standard, you know, everything you get access to. For silver, it's £97 a month or £970 a year. You get all of these things included. For gold, it is £300 a month or it's £3,000 for the year. So you're saving 2 months by doing an annual. Plus you get to book the one-to-ones in whenever you want immediately, okay? So normally now we do a Q&A session. We don't need to. Some of the questions were, just to give you a heads up, if you're already an existing student, and let's say you've paid annually, just message us, support@entrepreneursity.com, put gold or silver as the subject heading, query, maybe title it gold query, silver query, and we'll work it out for you. So we'll do it kind of pro rata and we'll work out the difference. So that's fine. Some people asked if you were a founding student and you wanted to, you did one of these packages and then you wanted to go back to your normal, would you get that founder price again? Yes, you would. That's the answer to that. Some people asked, what did they ask? What if we don't turn up to the calls? Doesn't matter, on your app, all the recordings will be there. You can catch up at any time. Got any further questions though? Don't hesitate. Find me on social media. Come and drop me a line there. You can go to my business page, Emma Cooper Online, my Instagram, wherever. I will answer your questions. Now, just one final thing. Do not let this be another webinar that you sit and watch. Make sure you do this goal setting practice. And when you do, please tag me online at Emma Cooper Online, because I want to hear that you've done it. And I also then want to hear the results, because I 100% know that they